Dan here, and recently I was given a challenge to wear Shalimar for 1 week, a fragrance directed towards women. And I was kind of scared, but I took the challenge, and that challenge came from Dom Perrier, and I will have his channel link down below. Quite an exceptional fellow from Malaysia, and he wanted to send Dan some Shalimar, have me wear it for a week, and after a week report back what I think about this fragrance. Well, today is the day. I finally finished my week of wearing Shalimar, and I gotta tell ya, I have to send a huge thank you your way, Dom Perrier. Because I don't know without you how quickly I would have gotten my nose on Shalimar, or if I would have even worn it for a week. But what an incredible week this has been. It's like I was taking a trip through history. I have thoroughly enjoyed this week, and right off the bat I'm going to tell you that I think that this fragrance is just ridiculously awesome. Good stuff. Excellent. Now, with that in mind, this fragrance is not necessarily my taste. It's nothing that I'm going to go on the hunt for real soon. It's nothing that I have to have. Well, I kind of have to have it. Because it is a powdery fragrance. But this blend, this fragrance, is just ridiculous. It's just awesome juice. If any of you have not checked out Shalimar, I would very highly suggest that you do. What a piece of art for sure. And if you're a male that likes powdery fragrances, I see this fragrance working for both sexes. I mean, if you like Midnight in Paris by Van Cleef & Arpels, or if you like Bulgari Black, you might just fall in love with this. This fragrance is friggin' phenomenal. Now, as far as things that I thought about, you know, over this past week, what I thought about was how long this fragrance has been around. Now, the fragrance, the Shalimar that I am talking about today, is the Eau de Toilette, re-released in 1985, but Shalimar originally was released in 1925, and the perfumer behind it is Jacques Guerlain. And this fragrance, even though I am reviewing the Eau de Toilette version from 1985, it still took me back to how old this fragrance is. What, like 90 years old? And I kept thinking about all the history this fragrance has, all the love affairs that were started with this sitting, you know, on the dresser, or all the conceptions that happened, or all the breakups, or, you know, just tons of things that happened to women over the past 90 years with a bottle of Guerlain's Shalimar sitting on the dresser right there. Countless stories over history, all the decades, all the changes that have happened to us since the 20s, and what this fragrance has been through. Just amazing stuff to think about. At least it was for me. Now let's get into a little bit of history about this fragrance. There is a story behind this. Not really sure if it's true or not, or if it's just a marketing concept, but the story goes there was an emperor named Shah Jahan, and his wife, whom he dearly loved, Mumtaz Mahal, in giving birth to their 14th child, which is just nuts, but she ended up passing away. And in commemoration of her, he had the Taj Mahal built, and Shalimar is named after the gardens of Shalimar, which is a place that she dearly loved. You gotta love that. This man, the story, this man was a romantic, my kind of guy, so I appreciate that for sure. Now, as far as how this fragrance plays off on my skin, boy, I could spend months with this one. There is a lot going on, but I had 1 week, and I'm going to report to you how I feel about this fragrance after a week. And right away, at the top, the first time that I sniffed this fragrance, I was a little bit nervous. But I put it on, and I sniffed it, and immediately I was like, damn, this is not going to be a bad week whatsoever. And what I get out of the top. Of course, there is that powdery factor there, but I personally do not find it to be overbearing, because powdery fragrances that are overbearing turn my stomach and make me nauseous. So luckily this one is a little reserved. Still not a fan of powder, but I could handle it, so that's great. Now along with that powder, there is a gentle touch of vanilla. There is also an animalic quality, which I love, the civet, and there is an aura of tobacco surrounding that blend. So yeah, love the top of this, just great. And now, what we fade into, I'm not even going to say the heart, because I get like 4 phases out of this fragrance. It's like a dual heart. After about a half an hour to an hour, the civet dies off, and what starts coming into play is a citrus fruity quality. It's not loud, just adding a nice touch of fruity citrus sweetness to that same aura of powdery vanilla tobacco. And then after about another hour, the fruit in it, the citrus, dies off, and then the incense starts coming into play. So damn, I'm still in love with this fragrance. Oh, just excellent when that incense starts to join that vanillic amber base. The powder gets a little less, and the tobacco quality of it still remains there. And then about 6-7 hours later, the incense factor in it leaves, and I'm left with this amber vanillic dry down that kind of reminds me of something of a vanilla pastry type of deal, like a vanilla cookie or something. It turns very gourmandish in the end. Now this fragrance is incredible. I get 12 plus hours out of this stuff. Unfortunately, Amanda does not. She wore this fragrance one day, and on her, it was not the rock star that it is on me. So thankfully, I think that I'm blessed with great skin. That's awesome. As far as projection, man, you get noticed with this one for sure. Projection is above average. Now, what this fragrance reminds me of is a night with a seductive woman. Now, hear me out here. The top of this. When you're visiting Shalimar, let's say her name is Shalimar, when she sees you across the bar, she is on the hunt for her prey. She's very animalic. So there's the top, there's the civet, there's the tobacco surrounding. She's on the hunt and she's coming for you, man. Then, when she finally grabs your attention, she turns on that sweet charm. Just to keep your attention. That's when we head into that fruity quality. A little playful, a little sweet, grabbing your attention even more. Then, as the night moves on, the incense starts coming into play. So things start getting a little darker, a little more seductive, a little more sexual, if you know what I mean. And then, what she finally turns into is that gourmand, that cookie dough, that delicious factor where she just full on opens up and says, come on and get me, I'm ready for you. Now, as far as reviews in the community on Fragrantica, of course, this one shoots more in the love range, and on base notes, it gets 126 positives, 14 neutrals, and 14 negatives. I don't know personally who in the hell would give this fragrance a negative. My God, far from it. And as far as my man Louis Vuitton, what do you think he gave this classic from Guerlain? Of course, he gave this one a 5 stars, and I'm thoroughly, absolutely, 100% on the same page with you this time, Mr. Turn. Damn right. This stuff's a rock star or a rock star-ette or whatever the hell you want to call it. And as far as people in my world, what they think about this fragrance. I gotta tell you, it didn't really go over that well. Most people, the most comments that I received was powdery. Of course, most people picked up on the powdery aspect of it. Nobody was really floored by it. There was one comment, though, that I really liked. It was from a guy, though. He said he was really in love with this fragrance. He loved it every time that I would pass him because it took him back to his grandfather and his pipe tobacco. So that was awesome. I loved hearing that because I got that out of it as well. And, but more, you know, most people, it didn't really, everyone got a whiff of it. Everyone could smell it, but nobody was a fan of the powdery. In fact, I even think I got Old Lady, which is not good, but I don't know. These people in my world are nuts, so don't listen to them. But anyways, Dom Perrier, that is my thoughts after a week of Shalimar, and I cannot thank you enough, my little Malaysian friend. It was quite exciting and quite fun, and a journey that I will always appreciate thanks to you. So, as always, guys, you guys take care, and we'll see you soon.